Hey everybody! Oh, it's Halloween! It's the Halloween season, everybody! It's October! It's October 9th right now. It's my B-Day. That's a spooky B-Day. But when this goes out, it'll be October 20th. Woo! SmolsNoodle.
Yo, bitch.
What's your favorite thing about Plants vs. Zambones?
Plants vs. Zambones is that I can have a garden, and I also can piss you off by having random plants you think I shouldn't have when I fight them.
It's so funny that you're such a bad player. Even though these days on the internet it's all about speed running.
Yeah, I don't understand speedrunning. Like, okay, like, thank you.
Yeah, definitely. It feels like it sets the bar really high on one end, and on the other end, it's also like, bro, do you like the game that you're playing? It feels like you're just blowing through it.
I feel like people who speedrun obviously have played the game.
Yeah.
Like, they've already played the game, they already done what they could do, and they're just bored.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very late stage. Although what was interesting is I remember back in earlier Let's Plays of like 2009, people used to do this thing called conditions where they would like lay like oh, I'm gonna play Skyrim with like, you know, without ever using magic or something weird. Like doing certain runs to make the run more interesting.
Yeah, no, it was something that like, cause whenever I see speedruns, like, also, the games that they do it in, like, I hate to sound like, you know, whatever.
Whatever.
But, like, no, but, like, all the games that they seem to, like, be doing it in, guess what games, like, they are?
What?
They're always, like, Minecraft. It's always, like...
Speedrun Minecraft.
Yeah. No, but it's always games that, like... Oh, yeah, I can speedrun this. Like, oh, look at this. Like, it's always games that are, like, they're able to speedrun.
Why don't you speedrun The Sims?
That actually would be pretty funny.
Yeah, have like 9 kids in 9 minutes.
You can't do that.
You sure?
Yeah, cause so what happens is like when you have a kid, you have to like at least wait like a day or two, because if you try to like do it,
they fucking die Disney style.
Well, no, they just miscarried.
Oh, gotcha.
So you have to like kind of pace it, and everything like that, or else like you, or else like, you know, it doesn't go well. And and if you try for a baby and you end up not getting pregnant, your Sim's sad for a while. Not like a whole like 2 days, or like at least like 10 hours or something. So like for the majority of that time, like if you're trying for a baby, you have to like make them like happy, so that the movement doesn't affect them. Because then you also will not get pregnant if you like try immediately after. You have to kind of give them a few hours, make them happy, make them like focused or dedicated or whatever, and then you like go back and you do it. Or else, you know, it doesn't work. So like, you can do like challenges, like, oh, 100 babies, or 90 babies, or 100 marriages, or something like that. But you just can't like speedrun it per se. You could try to have as many kids as possible within like an hour. But it's not the kind of speedrun that people would like.
What about miscarriage speedrun? How many miscarriages can you have?
What the fuck?
Woo! So nice, so fun, so wholesome.
Yeah, what? Bro, what the fuck is this?
What the fuck is this? I should be the one asking that. Oh my god, it's taking forever. 5 or 6 ev. Let's like, whoa, pick another row. Scooby dooby dooby dooby.
Ooey gooey.
Scooby, you're looking a little ooey gooey on the dance floor, Ori.
You're looking a little baby shoddy.
You're looking a little gay.
Whoa, you're looking a little hot.
Looking a little hot. Spicy. The zombies are coming. Ooh, easy. Oh my god, that TikTok that's like, hey now, slow down, huh?
Slow down your asshole, you know.
Hey now. Oh my god, remember when the chowder TikTok from Gazpacho was popular? Hey there! Hey there! Good shit.
My favorite is when it's like, and it all went wrong. Nothing can go wrong. Oh
no, it all went wrong.
Yeah.
And it's always to like the darkest shit. Like,
nothing can go wrong. Oh no, it all went wrong.
Me at my uncle's birthday party when the lights go out, like, it's like, oh god.
Also, I have to say, like, your uncles are so.
Sorry, what? What?
So your uncle's names are. They're like the tomato soups of the world. Like, getting right as vegan.
Don't dox my uncles! Oh no!
No, like
They're not gonna give me good Christmas money this year. Ah, if you do
did they do last year?
I don't know. Probably. I don't know.
Probably not.
No, they well, you know, the one likes to take me out to show me cities, and I'm like, ah, that's cool. At least that used to be the case. But I guess there's well, the one, his lady was on a trip for like about 3 months, so it's weird when people categorize things in weeks when they're gonna be gone for like months on a trip, because it's like, the fuck is this? Is this like a baby? You know? Oh my god, she's 62 months old. She's 47 weeks old. It's like, hold on, let me do the math here. Let me do cesarean math, I guess.
Oh, when they like will say, oh, it's 18, like they're 18 months.
And you're like, oh, so a year and 6?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, a year and a half.
Yeah, like a year, or they're like, oh, they're like 12 months, like so a year.
Yeah.
They're a year old, and they're like, no,
Yeah.
they're like 12 months old. I'm like, so
They're
a
12
year.
months. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like that is also in of itself. That's part of baby speak. That's straight up baby speak. Like, that's on the same level as Goo Goo Gaga. And hold on, your dad will be right back. He's just going to get some milk. Like.
So back to my uncles.
No. No. Back to my Halloween extravaganza here.
No, I was just saying.
What's your favorite plant in PvZ?
My favorite plant in PvZ?
Yeah. Hold on real quick. Let me just lower that volume a little bit more. Oh boy.
The tree.
The tree?
Yeah.
The tree of wisdom?
Tree of your balls.
Yo, that's oddly, like, religious, PvZ. Why did I not point that out in my first Let's Play? It's actually, like, really religious. Because there's a tree of wisdom in this game. I'm like, oh my.
No, that's
What a callback.
No, that's not.
No.
That's not what I do.
Yo, PvZ, religious iceberg deep dive.
God, no, I didn't know.
Yo, if Wendigoon's not gonna do it, someone has to. Yo, shout out to Wendigoon!
who that is. Who is that?
Oh my, he's a YouTuber who does deep dive videos, but in like horror, scary things, like on like the back room.
So my uncles have really funny names. Like, so like, cause you know how like most like white people's like uncles, they're always like Steven, Mark,
Uncle Steve.
Like it's always like really like basic, like very common names.
Yeah.
And so one of my uncles, his name is Alexander, and then he names his son Alexander. And then I have a cousin named Alexander, and then my friend's kid's name is Alexander. And then my other uncle is Ricky.
Ricky Ticky Tabby.
It's funny how like our uncles' names are like incredibly common in terms of like male names.
Yeah.
Like, there's not a like with girl names. There's like this trend of like making it as unique as possible.
Yeah.
But when you have a son, it's so funny how like little of a fuck parents give. Like, oh, just call him Kevin. Just call him James. Like, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Just like, here you go.
You know, I want. You know, the older I get, the more I notice that naming your kid after yourself is just like lazy. Like, I don't know. A lot of people will say that it's like egotistic. It's like, oh my god, you're naming him after yourself, and it's like, I just think it's just kind of boring. Like, you literally had the kid, and you were like, yeah, I guess I'll do. I guess any name will do. I guess I'll do. There you go.
Like the thing I find interesting is this resurgence of vintage names, and I say vintage because some people are using names from like the late 1800s. So I'm just using it as like an encapsulated because I'm not saying retro and like early 1900s. Like I'm just gonna say vintage as a whole. But like I saw a TikTok where someone was like, so here are like this resurgence of like vintage names, and it was like Athena. It was all of these like it was girl names particularly, but like they're talking about how these names are starting to get popular again, and I'm like, how we have like this weird thing where we cycle through names, and then like we're like, oh, this name's vintage. There's not enough Margaret, so now we're all gonna name our daughters Margaret, and then that's gonna cycle out. And then we're gonna like, oh, there's too many Margarets, so I'm gonna name my child like Louisa.
I want someone to name their daughter Lusitania.
No, that's not our child.
Or Bridget. Remember the name Bridget?
You want our daughter to get hanged in Salem?
Oh my god. No, Bridget used to be like a surfer girl name.
We're not doing that child.
You know, I'm actually really... This reminds me, I wish there was like, and there probably is, a map for how to call things old. Like retro is like, 70s, 80s. And like vintage is like, kind of like 40s and 60s. And like ancient is like, maybe like, Rome and Egypt. And then like prehistoric is like, like dinosaurs and shit. Like it'd be so cool to see like, what is a way, because have you ever felt like, things are old, but they're like a specific kind of old that's trapped in a specific kind of mythologized concept in your mind?
That's why I always say vintage when I'm talking about anything that's like older. Like I'll say ancient if it like calls for it.
Or like antiquarian, that's one as well. And antediluvian and antiquarian are
because
also like
Alexander is like technically an ancient name because Alexander the Great. But
yeah.
it's still very common, so it's not like a oh, worse for wear, type of game, type of name.
Although
like,
technically speaking, I mean, is it that old of a name? I wonder what the name, how old specifically the name Alexander is, because I thought it came from because of course it comes from the Alexandros, which is like Greek. And then I think isn't that like Indian? There's like I think it's like Indian, like West Asian, because I thought I know names that are Indian that end with like
Well, all names are